It's
200s.
that's
What's the
fucking
feeling?
brutal. That's brutal. When it's that close, it just feels brutal. And when you made as many technical mistakes as I did, I think it stings a little worse. But you got to respect the guys at this level. And, sometimes it takes a waking up call like that to realize it. But, I wish I would have realized it a little sooner. But, yeah, it's been a tough World Championships. I've envisioned myself making the final and, trying to at least medal, but just came short of that, obviously.
What do you think were the tactical mistakes you made?
I think I just stuck on the rail. I committed to the rail too much. I don't know why I just committed to the rail. I've gotten lucky a few times this season, I got to admit, where things opened up, but they just don't always open up perfectly the way you want to. And you can't control the guy in front of you sometimes when they're not in the leading position either. So I put a lot of things in other people's hands, and I just got to take control of it myself.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like at the break you had the opportunity to lead and you chose not to.
Yeah. I always said that. I even talked about it before. I was like, if I do have to lead at 200, I'm going to back off. I didn't really feel like controlling the race. I haven't controlled the race, and I didn't want this one to be the first time I have, in a few years. So I just decided to back off. And, obviously looking back, I probably maybe should have taken it, but hindsight's 2020.
You said it had been a tough World Championships. How so?
It's just been, it's just been hard in terms of the good competition. So a good World Championships, Tokyo's been a great place and it's been a great host. But in terms of getting through rounds, I just thought I'd feel a little better. But obviously, you're at the world stage, nothing's going to feel great. It's always going to hurt, and I just have to expect that next time.
Donovan, how did it feel sitting in that hot seat as you were waiting, I guess, basically for your fate in this?
I hate the hot seat. I think that's ridiculous. That's why I was like, I didn't want to sit there. I think it's just putting cameras on people, But it's cool. I guess it's good for the sport. Maybe it's more raw emotions, and I'm sure you caught mine. But obviously, it's just not the place you want to be when you're just kind of sitting so eagerly waiting to see for me the final. But I understand why World Athletics does it.
Not the ending that you wanted, obviously, but a crazy comeback season. What do you think you could take away and bring this into next season?
Just hungrier than ever. I always said, since I was sitting on the couch watching people at home, I was like, I want to be a part of it. I want to take part. And this year, I felt like I did that, and I, helped U.S. just kind of show off in the middle distance running. I just want to keep on doing that. I feel like an older guy with all these young guys coming up and stuff like that, and I just want to keep doing this as long as I can and see how much faster I can get. Yeah, they definitely do, but man, I was just so focused on this season. I spent so much time away from home, I miss my fiance, all that sort of stuff, so I just really wanted to come back with something to show for all the weeks I've been gone, but just fell short of it, and it's not all for nothing. It's been a good experience, but I just got to do better next time.
I think a lot of people in the sport, though, and a lot of fans were rooting and really excited for your comeback. Did you feel that love and support this season?
Definitely. I love the ride. You know what I mean? I want to see how far it took me. It just came a little short this season, but I'm a greedy guy. I wanted to get as much as I could, and I just couldn't get it all out of me this season. I think I'm better than a 1:43.8 or whatever I ran, but I can't prove it because I didn't do it. So.
Do you think bouncing back from the U.S. trials was that tough?
Yeah, but that's what it takes to go in the U.S. and that should be an exciting thing for America. It's really hard, and Bryce and I were actually talking about it up there, just kind of how tough the U.S. has gotten, and you just have to recover well from it. And I thought we did a good enough job, but obviously we just fell short of the final. So.
Thanks, Tom.
Cool. Thanks, you guys. Thanks.